talk over the music, they can't say anything.
Hey,
That's just a
so I'm gonna kill the
podcast.
music.
That's a podcast
Right.
tip.
I'm gonna kill the music. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, friends and family? How everybody's doing? I'm your Chicago area realtor, Ernest Caston, coming from the bird's eye view of real estate, and I have the ultimate guest and co-host, Miss Erica Clark of Quad Pro Taxes.
Hey.
I don't have no clapping scenes, so I
Right, we
gotta
need to
clap
get
for
you
you. I gotta
some
clap.
we need to get you some air horns or something. Hey
Right, I gotta have
everybody.
a bunch.
Happy good
Hi
evening.
everybody.
Happy 2022.
Yes, happy 2022 Eve. So
Same to
what's
you.
going on, Erica?
Just trying to get ready for this tax season that's getting ready to come up in the next. There's no date yet. So if anybody tell you there's a date, the tax is
Uh huh.
starting, it has not been announced yet. So once the announcement
Has
is
it been
being
announced?
made, I'll definitely let everybody know. But it hasn't been made yet. So just sit there and wait for your letters and stuff to come through the mail. You'll be
Well,
fine.
that's why I'm shaking my head. Tax season start once we start getting them W
Yep.
twos. You know,
You
once
know
them
you
W
close.
twos and they start hitting them mailboxes, they gonna be blowing your phone up trying to get
Yep.
on your calendar. So
I'm ready.
I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic about 2022 when it comes to real estate. When it comes to taxes, I'm very ecstatic about it because there's so many opportunities out there for people to be responsible with their tax refunds
Hmm.
and do the right thing instead of going out there blowing it on. Do they still buy big wheels and bunch of big TVs and all that stuff? Are they still
Um,
buying that?
yeah, they buy anything. Cadillacs.
They buy.
What is it? Car buying cars increases. TVs, electronics increases. Yeah, the same stuff.
Yeah. Well, one thing I think the last time you was on, I know after the show you and I generally have a conversation. One of the things that stood out to me that you said was a big beautiful asset,
Hmm.
a BBA.
Yep,
And
BBA.
sometimes a lot of people don't know the difference between an asset and what I would call and a liability. Can you give them a little rundown of what's going on?
Well, asset is something that you own or in the process of owning. That can be a house, your car, any type of stocks, bonds that you own. That's an asset. That's on your balance sheet. That's something that you can sell at any given time and receive money. So that's something that you own that you can transfer to someone or you can sell. A liability is just renting an apartment,
TVs.
TVs, and something that you owe, but there's no ownership in anything. Just something like renting. You
Right.
rent a center, furniture. That's not your
You say
furniture.
Renaissance.
Rent a center. I don't know. Rent a center still around. Rent a center furniture. That's just still something that you're paying every month, but you don't own it. So you cannot transfer it or you cannot sell it to anyone.
Right. And I know you got some assets, you got some good assets and you got some bad assets. And to me, I know purchasing any kind of real estate,
Mm-hmm.
stocks, art, things
Mm-hmm.
that increases in value over time. To me, those are big, beautiful
Right.
assets.
Those are big,
Those are
beautiful
things
assets.
people those are things people need to take into consideration when they spending their money, especially those of our age. I
Yep.
mean, I don't know about you, but I tell everybody I'm a good 25. But in the back of my mind, I know it's a little bit of lie.
It's
I got a
double
little bit
that.
more.
Double that.
I got about 50 years of wisdom, but I got energy of a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
How about that?
We do have a youth of mind, and that's
Right,
how you stay young.
right. But you gotta still when it comes to your finances and things of that nature, you gotta have wisdom. If you don't have the
Mm-hmm.
wisdom and the knowledge, you need to surround yourself with people that does
Yep.
that can help you, can assist you with wisdom and knowledge and helping you in certain areas of your lives.
Yep.
And I know when it comes to taxes and things of that nature, I know you'll be the perfect person that can assist them with that. And when it comes to real estate, I'm your
You can
guy.
assist them with that.
Um,
Exactly.
we done skipped something over the trying to get in the introductory.
What we skip?
Happy
Oh,
wind down, happy
wind
wind
down
down Wednesday.
Wednesdays. I'm
Wind
drinking
down Wednesday.
to
We made it
2022.
to what 2022. So there you go.
This is our
Take a sip.
50th year this year.
It's our 50th year and our first episode of the Bird's Eye View
Yep.
in 2022 with my special guest and co-host Erica Clark. And
Hey.
Erica, give him a little
Hey.
bit. Give him a little bit. Is that my girl?
No,
Do I hear my girl in the
no,
back?
she's downstairs. We're not gonna bring her up. She's been right upstairs.
Uh,
No,
so what's your baby name? What's your baby
Lauren.
name?
Lauren.
All right, Lauren.
Yeah.
Everybody, I told Erica to give Lauren a platform because I figured everybody love babies and puppies,
Mm-mm.
and she's a beautiful young lady. So let her shine.
I let her shine a little bit later. I let,
I know that's right. She's
but
been shining all
I
day.
know she's been shining all day. But thank you for letting me co-host, intertwine, interrupt
Come
your
on,
wind down
interrupt is
Wednesday.
good.
So I'm, very appreciative for everything you have done. You have really been giving people platforms to come on here to talk and discuss what they do, what type of services they provide, and we really
Right.
appreciate you. So a toast to you. But thank you
Another
for
toast.
starting this, and we're gonna
Yes,
keep we're
ma'am.
gonna keep this going throughout the year.
Keep it going. Let's go.
We just want to inform people, give them the information that they need so they can
Mm-hmm.
make better choices. We're all getting older. We need to start making our different decisions, changing our mindset about money. My motto
Right.
is I teach people not to be afraid of their paychecks. And
Come on.
that's exactly what it is. People living from paycheck to paycheck. Some people are just hoarding in their money, don't know what to do with it. We have to
Right.
start investing in ourselves and investing in other people and then investing in this big beautiful assets. This is probably the
There you
best
go.
time to buy real estate. The
Exactly.
market is this is a different type of market that we in now, something that I've never seen before, but this
Mm-hmm.
is the best time to buy either a single family home or a multi-unit.
Right. And you saying that you hitting it right on the head. So the market is hot, inventory is low. It's a
Mm-hmm.
double edged sword.
Yeah.
From a seller standpoint, this is the ideal market for
Mm-hmm.
any seller that's looking to sell their home. They pretty much go get top dollar. No, pretty much. I want to say no matter what the condition because
Okay.
that's what I've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
From a buyer standpoint, if you're working with the right realtor or the right broker, and they could present you with something that's maybe off market, you may be able to catch a good deal from that
Okay.
standpoint.
Okay.
But once it hit that market, once it hit the MLS, it's pretty much it's open field where
Okay.
everybody's gunning for that one particular property. But what I wanted to talk about today, for those that was first of all thinking of home ownership
Mm-hmm.
and those that's thinking about investing, we know tax season is coming. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have a definitive date yet,
Nope.
but what's the average? What was the average income or the average refund that people was kind of that received last year? What was the average refund?
Okay, so the average refund was maybe about 45,000. So a lot of people they're not. I know when our moms and dads was getting those refunds, when everybody around the block, when you was kid waiting on those refunds, you, those refunds don't really exist anymore. For
Okay.
one, when Trump tax laws kind of changed it that way, they make it so you won't get that big of a refund. So
Okay.
now it's not as big, but people still can get a refund. And that's why if you invest, buy you such a property, you have other deductions, stuff to write off, and then you kind of make it bigger. But just for an average person, they may get a
Mm-hmm.
couple of $1,000s. And that's with no
Well,
no house, no rental income, no kids or anything. So it just depends. But that mindset of those big $10,000 refunds, if you don't have anything to invest it in, you don't get those anymore.
right. And 4 to 5 thousand or 4 to 6 thousand,
Mm-hmm.
that's still that's still a great start when it comes to home, either buying your first home or getting into investing.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to buying your first home, I think 4 to 5 thousand would be great for when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to either your closing and down payment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When it's time to to purchase. And I say that because with a larger down payment would
Yep.
limit the amount that you would have to borrow
Right.
and pay
Correct.
interest over time.
Correct. Correct. I mean, and there's other things that you can do to kind of supplement that the refund.
Mm-hmm.
You can always kind of borrow off your 401k. I know it's kind of frowned upon, but if you use it for homes, you can kind of get away with some of those restrictions that they have. So it's other ways. That's why you have to plan. If you know you're going to buy a house, take your refund and then try to take other things to try to combine them together. And then you have your big down payment. So I just tell people you have to plan in order to get what you want. You
Exactly.
can't just go,
And
step out of the blue and be like, oh, I'm gonna buy me a house with my tax refund. Oh, it may take a little bit more than just your
right.
refund now.
But see what you mentioned in that, I hadn't even thought about that. You
Mm-hmm.
really pretty much just dropped that on me. As far as being able to combine whatever, if you got like a four,
Yep.
maybe say let's say $4,000 to $6,000
Mm-hmm.
in refund, and you
Yep.
typically just most people typically blow that off.
Yeah.
Either they paying
Yeah.
past due bills or
Mm-hmm.
they buying miscellaneous stuff
Yeah.
like we mentioned. But if you could combine that with your 401k,
Yep.
like you say, if you could pull some of that money down, that'll be another
Yep.
add on to either your closing
Mm-hmm.
costs and your down payment, and can help you with some of the out of pocket expenses,
Yep.
like maybe your attorney fees,
Mm-hmm.
your
Yep.
appraisal, and some of the escrow costs. A lot of those things, from a real estate standpoint, a lot of those out of pocket costs, they want to allow you to roll over into a loan. I definitely know the appraisal
Okay.
and the attorney fees, and inspections. They a lot of attorneys want their fees up front.
Okay. Yeah.
Inspections, they want them up front, and the appraisal, that's an out of pocket expense as
Mm-hmm.
well.
And it's a write off.
Is it? You can write them off. You can write that off.
Your appraisal fees, attorney fees. Yeah, that's all that is your write off. Especially when
Okay,
you
see.
sell a house or if you're investing. Especially if you're an investor. If you're an investor like into flipping houses, that
Uh
stuff is
huh.
definitely all of that is definitely a write off. And when you buy a
And
house, some of those points, closing points, is a write off as well. And then all those like
oh,
prepaid, like if you prepaying taxes into your cost of your home, all that is your tax is taxable. I mean tax
okay.
deductible write off.
See, you dropping gems on you dropping gems on me. I didn't. Some of them things I didn't know that you could
Yeah,
write
them
off.
appraisals, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
For
that.
investors. Most of those are
Okay.
for investors or not even for flippers. If you buy a two flat and you written the
Uh huh.
top part or you written both, then it's a write off as well. For a single family home, it's only when you get ready to sell the home. Like if you get ready to sell a home down the line, and then you can write
Uh
off
huh.
those costs.
Okay, that's good. And since you mentioned up investing, it's like I have like a two-part thing I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about. Um, if you could get a $6,000, if you get a $6,000 refund, you have money in your 401k, and
Yeah.
if you're looking to invest in, let's say maybe do a rehab,
Mm-hmm.
if that still isn't that's not going to be enough to cover the acquisition and the actual rehab. Another thing they could do, they could partner with somebody else who have the same interests,
Right.
and it's probably go get a just amount, maybe the same amount of return or refund, and they could use the
Yeah.
same strategy to start their first investment.
Or
I
groups
don't think
like
you'll.
yeah
I,
or groups sometimes they have investment groups, a group of people pull in their funds and then they go buy multiple houses too, so that's another thing that they can do as well.
I think that'll be a great start for a first time. A lot of people want to get into it, want to hit a big bang, hit a
Mm-hmm.
home run with their first investment property. A lot of times as you start off an investment career, you need to start off smaller and
Yeah.
work your way up until you can be able to handle the actual phases of doing a rehab. You're
Correct.
not going. It's not. I know it's not going to be like HGTV
Oh
where
no.
everything just pop up out the air and get it done.
Right, exactly.
You gonna have some things that just pop up unexpectedly, and pretty much may hinder your investment process. So you start off small
Mm-hmm.
a smaller acquisition and maybe a smaller rehab where it doesn't cost that much to have things done. It just
Right.
need maybe some TLC.
Right. Right. Right.
Now, they can write that off as well, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Okay. Well, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let's let's
Come on
let's
now.
question you. Okay. So if a person is getting ready, they want to buy some type of property. What should they do first? Should they go get pre-approved first, or should they get their realtor and then you help them with that process? Like what can they do? Because I'm always telling people to plan ahead. It kind of helps you. What should they do
Right,
first before actually getting to start viewing, just to even get to start viewing homes?
right. I'm glad you asked me that. So my motto is let's start the process.
Okay.
And no matter what phase you're in, there's a roadmap to it.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning you need to know exactly what your credit profile is. A lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
intimidated of finding
Mm-hmm.
out what their credit score is.
Right.
A lot of people like to use different apps like maybe Experian, Credit Karma,
Mm-hmm.
Credit Sesame.
Mm-hmm.
All those apps use a different credit module or credit monitoring module than it would if you was to go to maybe your credit union, a bank, or your lender.
Okay.
The difference between each one, your credit union and your bank, they have their own loan products.
Mm-hmm.
When you deal with a lender has like a plate full of different loan products that's going to fit exactly your profile.
Okay.
So the first thing you want to do, you want to reach out to a lender,
Okay.
or reach out to find you a realtor, a trustworthy realtor. Here go me.
Right. Right.
Find you a
Right
trustworthy
there.
realtor,
Right there.
right? And let me guide you with a lender that's gonna let you know exactly where your credit profile is. If there's some work that needs to be done, um, he'll give you the roadmap to have it done. So
Okay.
that was like one of my key points or one of my notes with the refund. So let's say if
Mm-hmm.
your credit isn't together,
Mm-hmm.
instead of using that refund to go um, buy miscellaneous things,
Mm-hmm.
you may be able to pay off some debt,
Yep.
lower some of your debt, eliminate some of the things that's on your credit profile to better your credit score. The better your credit score, the better interest rate you'll get.
Right. Okay. Right. Because
So the
I
first,
right. That's good. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say the first thing you want to do, you want to identify your credit
Mm-hmm.
profile. Therefore, I say speak with a lender, a
Okay.
bank or a lender, and you'll know exactly where you are with your credit profile. That's the first thing to do in any process of purchasing real estate,
Okay.
unless your pockets are deep.
Right. And everybody wants that. So what
Right.
is the amount of time it takes from that you have seen from they first starting to look for a home until you get to that closing table, the end, which is the closing table, is that what they
Right.
call
The
it?
closing table.
So how long is that process, and what should they expect when they go through that process? I know sometimes it's not easy. Some things may pop up, but what are some of the things that the lender be looking for that the person can start getting their financials and stuff together in order to get to that closing table in a nice period of time?
Okay. So after you speak with a lender, find out what your credit profile is. The lender is going to ask you to provide financial documents.
Mm-hmm.
If For you to provide all of your financial documents, bank statements, W-2s, ID, everything if you
Mm-hmm.
provide everything to make sure that you have submitted all your documents. Once you receive those, now we're looking for a home. The average time from finding a home to close is maybe 30 to 45
Okay.
days.
That's pretty
The
good.
hard part is in this market that we in now, with inventory being so low,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much identifying the home that you want.
Okay.
Identifying the home. Are you willing to compromise with some of the homes that's out there? Every home is not going to be perfect.
Right.
Every home. I'm talking new construction all the way to rehab. There's going to be some kind of flaw and some kind of inconsistency in it. Are you willing to compromise and say, okay, I can deal with that? So if we can identify your home, the faster we identify your
Mm-hmm.
home, that's the tricky part, because a lot of time people may have champagne taste. You may
Right.
be on beer budget. You know what I mean? So if you got champagne taste and beer budget, you know, it's gonna have to be a time of you coming to reality and saying, okay, I gotta compromise.
Okay.
So once you realize that you need to compromise and we identify the perfect home, the tricky part is winning the offer.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you having the reserves.
Okay.
That's where that
Mm-hmm.
tax refund come in. You
Mm-hmm.
having
Mm-hmm.
some of the reserves, which we could use and strategize to win the offer. Once we get the offer, your typical time to close from the time your offer is received to the time you reach the closing can be from 30 to 45 days, as long as you provided all your documents to your
Okay.
lender.
And
Mm-hmm.
and one of those documents is tax returns. I haven't seen
Yep.
anybody who can purchase a home without tax returns. So everyone that has to back tax returns that haven't been done and they're trying to buy a house, you would definitely need those tax returns to be done.
And to piggyback on that, it's two things that I've seen. One way that I've seen where tax returns wasn't used or wasn't haven't been required,
Mm-hmm.
they had cash.
Right. Cash, right. You
Right,
coming in with a cash,
right,
they give you
right.
anything.
We know cash is king, but on the other side, what you mentioned, if you haven't done your taxes from
Mm-hmm.
several years ago, that lender is going to want to. That's going to pop up. That's going to pop up that you haven't done your tax because they're going to ask for what couple years of
Yeah,
tax
they're going to ask you a
returns.
couple years because
They're
that's
going to
your
ask for
financial snapshot.
it exactly.
That one tiny sheet of paper is telling them how much money you have, and how much you can afford. So
Right.
on the investor side, what's on the investor side? Is it a better for anybody that's selling their home? Is it a good thing to either do like add another bedroom, do the bathroom, don't do the kitchen? Like, what do people look for when they go look for homes? I know that everyone want their house to be move in ready, but I know sometimes it's not. So
Right.
what's the best, and I guess more an investment they can get out of a home if they do so and so to their house?
Right.
Updating which room is more important than the other.
Well, the biggest compliment you can give to your home would be the kitchen and the bathrooms.
Okay.
So those that's looking to sell, if you're looking to sell, and let's say you have a small budget, maybe you're getting a refund,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to sell, and maybe you want to go to a warmer
Okay.
climate. Come spring, you want to go ahead go down to Florida or something, but you want to put your house on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Come spring, what can you do now?
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest thing I will focus on from a sales side, I would tell them to look into their kitchen and their bathrooms,
Okay.
and pick between those two to have a remodeling job or have a rehab job on those areas. That'll bring you the biggest cash value in the
Okay.
house.
Okay.
From a buyer standpoint, like I said, but a lot of buyers, they have champagne taste and maybe on a beer budget.
Mm-hmm.
But your average buyer, they looking in, they want to see updated finishes in the kitchen
In the
and the
kitchen. Okay.
bathrooms.
Okay.
They want to see nice lighting. They want to see the nice colors, the nice color scheme, nice cabinets, nice backsplash, beautiful flooring, and that goes into the kitchen and the bathroom. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So with
So
the
that'll be your top dollar right there.
markets going now, do you think it'll stay like that for a while?
The market is from a seller standpoint, the market is still strong. Um, inventory with longest inventory is still low.
Mm-hmm.
The market from a selling standpoint, the market is still strong. Once these foreclosures and things like that, maybe some tax sales or
Yeah, that's what I was about to
properties
say.
that's being
Yeah.
sold in the tax sales
Mm-hmm.
start coming to the market. Once people start losing, I hate to say it like
Well,
that,
I
but once
mean,
people start,
yeah.
it is what it is. Once
Uh,
people start maybe losing their houses due to the forbearances and things of that
or
nature, then
getting some of these right.
you'll see things start to level off where it'll become more of a balanced market or more of a buyer's market. But right now, it's still a seller's, and
So.
it's odd because we're in the winter months in Chicago in the Midwest,
Mm-hmm.
and typically real estate just slows down
Right,
tremendously in the winter months.
but it's still popping.
It's still I got people for me personally, I don't like for my clients to view houses or I don't like for my clients' houses to be viewed after 4 p.m. during the winter months
Okay.
because you can't really see nothing because it's
Right.
about 4 p.m. It's
It's
dark.
dark. Mm-hmm.
And I got clients that's right now that want to do showings 4 or 5 in the evening or later,
Okay.
because the competition is so high.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. But that's
Yeah.
I mean, always tying the real we always is gonna tie the real estate with the tax part of a multi-unit, 1 or 2 unit, and then that's generational wealth. So you can always leave it to
Right.
your kids and then let them decide what they want to do if they want to be. So never be afraid to be
No.
a landlord. I know everyone hates that landlord, that title, but I would say never be afraid of being a landlord because you can always, excuse me, you can always
Mm,
hire property manager companies to
exactly.
manage. You don't necessarily have to be on beck and call 24 hours a day if you don't want to. So
Exactly.
that's another cost that you can write off, property management companies to help
Hmm.
you manage the business. So it's always ways to do, it's always ways to do something.
Right.
So we just
So
trying to
when
give you tips.
right, so when you and I first
Mm-hmm.
started talking, the one thing that kind of brought us together that we had in common was that our generation, especially our generation,
Mm-hmm.
preparing our kids for generational wealth. With
Yep.
you having little Lauren, I think Lauren bought about 9 or 10 or something like that.
She's 7.
She's 7, and me, I have three
Right.
kids and I have three
Mm-hmm.
grandkids,
Right.
and I want to
Okay.
leave something for them.
Right.
Um, and when you mention multifamilies is a great way to start or a great way to see if you want to become an investor,
Mm-hmm.
far as long time hold investor,
Okay.
meaning you want to have a property and just hold on to it for
Right. You
the
hold on
for a
to it.
long
Right.
time. Starting off with a multifamily will prepare you for that because it lets you know if you want to deal with the personalities that come with that,
Right.
the responsibilities of maybe a toilet or some overrunning.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to arise to that in the middle of the night? So starting off with that is a great thing to do. But I'm definitely a big advocate of multifamily properties, building generational wealth and leaving a legacy for each other.
Right. Right. I mean, that's
I'm
important.
definitely
I mean, yeah, that's important to me, and I think that, like you say, it's either a house, some type of property, art, stocks, and bonds. Those are
or
your pretty
right,
much assets that you can always
right,
transfer them or
right.
give away
Or
for ownership.
well, I'm gonna even say land because it's so what
Yeah,
we're gonna
land.
do on this.
Mm-hmm.
What we're gonna do on this show, we want to bring about topics about, like you said, about real estate,
Yeah.
finances, taxes, and business. And we're gonna on different. We here every week, every Wednesday, 6 p.m. And we just want to bring different strategies to real estate purchasing, real estate investing, starting up your business,
Right.
other avenues. We want to dive deep into it
Right.
because to me, a 9 to 5. I want to say what they say. I heard it before. A 9 to 5 is for suckers. A 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and,
Uh-huh.
and I and I and I have a 9 to 5, but I know a 9 to 5. I can't leave nothing for my kids
Right.
unless I drop dead on the job. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I know I have to start something. I have to
Yeah.
buy land. I gotta buy land to be able to leave them something.
Right.
And we just want to talk about different real estate strategies to help enhance our community and enhance our circle of friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we got plenty of friends that got different
Mm-hmm.
businesses.
Yep.
We got plenty of friends that do financial services. We got plenty of friends that's into the real estate. And
Yep.
those of you are there, please reach out to Erica and myself. Shoot us an inbox. Say, hey, I got a product.
Yep.
I would like to get on your platform and present it. And that's what we're about. We want to bring knowledge to our sphere.
Yep.
We want to enhance our sphere.
I think that's great. I mean, it's always, everyone should always be wanting to learn something new, and
Exactly. Exactly.
this is the easiest way to get the information to the people. So.
Exactly, exactly. So I know we talked about some of the things as far as applying that refund to closing costs, maybe
Mm-hmm.
building up a cash reserve or building up
Yep.
for like an emergency funds
Yep.
for like unexpected repairs. I don't know about you because
Yep.
I know you've been in your how long you been in your house?
20 years. It's going on 21 next
Woo!
month. Yeah, and
Wow.
I didn't, and now the house is kind of
Right.
breaking apart,
I'm
stuff I
all
gotta
right, but
fix.
and that's what it
Yep.
is about maintaining a house. You will have things to come apart. So what we here to tell you, if you're getting a refund, you let
Hmm.
that refund to maybe knock some of that debt down,
That debt
or
down. Yep.
also build up your emergency funds for like
Hmm.
unexpectedcies
Hmm.
of maybe to cover like due to COVID. Some people had to have funds to cover their expenses.
Yep.
Some people had to have funds for to cover job layoffs. So you want to build that fund up for that, and you also want to be prepared for things to break down: wash machine, AC unit,
Right.
furnace.
Hmm.
So there's so many different ways that you out there that can use your refund to either purchasing a home, starting your investment career as into real estate, or starting your business. And I think the best thing they could do is obviously first reach out to Erica Clark
Hmm.
of Quad Pro Taxes. She does business. She does yep, you can
Yep.
talk.
Individual
What you
small
do?
business, individual small business taxes. We do business formations if you want to form an LLC, a S corp, nonprofit. If you're ready to start incorporating your business, we can do that as well. We have bookkeeping services that we are rolling out this year. And just if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me for any questions, either through Facebook, or you can, I don't know if we're gonna put that under, or you can give us a call at Quad Pro Tax 312
Hold on.
5.
I got it.
You got
I
it, three
got it.
one
Let me
two
find it. Let me find it.
five
Let me
two
find it. I
nine
got it.
0228. You can always call and ask us questions.
Do I
Yep.
have it up there?
Go on the website www.quadprotax.com. Our website is up and running.
All right, all right. I'm Ernest Caston, and this is Erica Clark. Hey, we're gonna be here every Wednesday,
Yep.
6 p.m. from the Wind Down Wednesdays. I done drink most of my
Oh, I
wine,
still got some.
so I'm gonna wait till I get off air. I got about a half a bottle left. I'm gonna knock it on out. Hey, Erica, it was a pleasure to
Okay.
have us starting the year off like this.
Yep.
I want to wish everybody a happy 2022, and
$2022.
I look now. I guess I'm getting drunk now.
Oh.
I'm, I'm looking forward to everybody's real estate career advancing. Those that
Yep.
want to invest, those that want to
Hmm.
start a business. We won't be drunk when when you talk to us. We're gonna be very professional, and we'll
Right.
definitely be on track and have things strategically planned for you guys. I'm
Right.
Ernest Cass, and the bird's eye view of real estate. Erica Clark,
Of
come
Quiet
on.
Pro Tax and
Hey,
Financial Services.
hey, thank you guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank
Peace.
you. Bye. Have a
Bye
good
bye.
evening.